So this isn't quite accurate, but the real history here is, I think, actually more interesting. So linguists used to group languages of the Americas into families just as much as they did the languages of Africa and other areas. And one person in particular was known for this, and his name was Joseph Greenberg, and he proposed all of these large family groupings. And he wasn't particularly rigorous about how he went about it. He just kind of noticed similarities, and he said these are probably grouped together. But since then, we've had the opportunity to do more research in a lot of those areas and discovered, his stuff doesn't really hold up. But one of the areas where much less research has been done is Africa. And as a result of that, the African language families have taken longer to kind of get parsed apart and pulled apart and say, these probably are no longer a language family. These are probably separate language families. So a good example of that is what was previously called the Khoisan language family, basically the click languages of Africa. And it was just kind of assumed that because they were all click languages, that they were all in one family. And this actually made a lot of sense at the time, still kind of does, because these languages were probably left over from a time before all of the Bantu languages expanded throughout sub-Saharan Africa. So there's a couple click languages in East Africa, and then there's a bunch more in Southern Africa. And so it's just assumed that they were related but kind of separated by the Bantu languages that spread in between them. And now we can look at we can do the comparative work and say no, they both have clicks, but there's no reason to assume that they're related just because they share these sounds. That might have just been a feature of many languages before the Bantu languages spread. So it's just taken a little while to undo some of that early over-optimistic lumping that we did, and the research on that has happened faster in some regions of the world, or faster for some linguists working in regions of the world than others.